server client, workgroup domain, what is Active Directory. These are the things we discussed yesterday. Peer-to-peer means it's a workgroup model. Two systems are there. You are connected in the network. Both are communicating each other or sharing some information, not controlled by any centralized administration. Client and server is server provide a service, client access the service. Exactly say client request for a service, server take the request and give the response to the client. For example, you are asking a web server, I want a web page. So client server take the request and give the web page to you like this, or maybe some other information. So that is a server client relationship. Okay. So different type of servers also we discussed based on the services, like a example of servers, examples of servers. Web server, file server, DHCP server, DNS servers, Active Directory server, like a domain controller kind of stuff, WDS servers, VPN servers, mail servers, network policy servers also there, remote desktop servers are there, SSH servers are there, telnet server is there. Okay, so storage services are there, print services are there. Okay, I have to add those things also, but I didn't add. Print server is also there, guys. Okay, virtualization servers also there. Virtualization servers are separate servers, specific servers it is, but other than this, print servers also there. Okay, okay. Proxy servers are there. Now here it is, different server operating systems we use for a server related support, and we are using the hardwares, not server hardware it is. So we have a computer. The server hardware computers are little different. In that one, there is a different type of servers are there. Tower servers, which is like a desktop server only. So just look like a desktop cabinet, but the processor, RAM capacity, disk capacity, disk connectivity, SCSI connectivity kind of stuff are different. Rack server, blade server. Okay. These are the servers. Next, here it is. Yesterday we discussed about a work group and domain models. Decentralized administration, centralized administration. No centralized control in a work group, and centralized controller is there. So that is our central server called domain controller. So in work group, each individual PC having their own administrator, and in a domain environment, every PC having a domain administrator. Domain administrator is the administrator of all computers in the domain. All computers in the domain. So in a work group, we can't able to administrate individual more number of PCs are there. It's very difficult to administrate each and every PC or control the each and every PCs in a domain. So we can create a policy in the domain controller and apply the policy on the users and computers. You can apply the policy on the users and computers. Users in the domain can able to log into any computer in the domain. So what is a domain? So when you are searching about a domain in the Google search kind of stuff, always search like a AD domain is a better option. Domain is a logical administrative boundary of users and computers. Means within that boundary, so those who are users and computers are applicable. If you cross the boundary, means you are outside of that. You're outside of your domain. Your policies, things we want to be like a C5 is outside of my domain. Okay, domain policies, domain users, domain resources, securities won't work on the C5. Okay. Yeah, it is where I learned. The person told me a very simple example is, here belongs to a political party. For example, here belongs to a domain. There is some political party, XYZ party. Okay, now there is another party is there, A, B, C, D party is there, XYZ party is there. You are a member of XYZ party. Now, XYZ party, there is a certain rules, regulations, salaries, kind of stuff. Okay, you are getting because you are in the XYZ party. If you are not in the XYZ party, those things won't applicable to you. I'm not belongs to any political party. I'm not getting any benefits or rules or regulations kind of stuff. I'm not getting. If I'm in the some particular party, so that is their related things will be applicable. The way of dressing and all will be applicable. So Active Directory AD database stores identity of users, computers, groups, services, and resources, information, and it authenticates users and computers when they log into domain or a network kind of stuff. So Active Directory database is ntds.dat. So authentication protocol is okay. Kerberos 88 we are using. So Kerberos port number is 88, LDAP 389. Okay, so of course Active Directory is the Microsoft service. Okay, Azure AD is also there. If you want, you can try to find out what is Azure AD. It's a cloud service. Okay, you can try. What is Azure AD? Okay, so it is a Microsoft Azure. What is Microsoft Azure? First of all, it is a cloud service. It is a cloud platform. So in the cloud, it is public cloud platform. So Microsoft public cloud. Azure is a Microsoft public cloud. Azure is a Microsoft public cloud. Azure AD. For example, you cannot able to put your own server. You can't able to maintain Active Directory domain controller server because of your infrastructure kind of stuff issue is there. So you can use Active Directory services from the cloud. But it is to what happened to this? Directory services from Azure cloud. Okay, so this is small part I'm adding here, so be careful in it. Okay, so guys, I can explain what is Active Directory, how to create users, computer kind of stuff. I'm not going it. I am jumping two more important services. One is DHCP, another one is DNS. Topic is now DHCP. Next one is DNS. I will go. First one I will explain about a DHCP. Yesterday only I want to tell about DHCP, but I diverted into work group domain. I thought if I told about it, so you will watch the video. Okay. Actually, I don't require any kind of PPT, but the picture way writing is very good in that one. That's why I'm trying to check it. So you can take a DHCP from here, or you can take a whole DHCP from here. Dynamic host configuration protocol. Okay, we start with from here. So meanwhile, so what is DHCP? Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Okay, guys, are you able to hear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dynamic Host Configuration. Oh, it is a kind of protocol only. So what is the port number of DHCP? 6768. Okay. DHCP is the use of this DHCP. DHCP server provide IP address to clients. But there is a in this statement there is a small issue is there because of when I given this statement. If you know DNS, again people will get confused. Sir, what is the user? DNS also giving IP address. DHCP is also giving IP address. Okay. So I'm changing this statement from here to another statement. So DHCP server assigns IP addresses to the client. So here it is assigning IP address are two types. One is manual, another one is automatic. Another one is automatic. When you say manual, means it is a static. So if you guys came and say like I will give you a static IP. So why you are worrying? I will give you static IP. Pay me one more 1,000 rupees. You can say what is the difference? Okay. So there is no difference, nothing. So static IP address is just a scam only in an internet service providing thing. Okay. So are you there going to public IP address directly or not? That is a different point. Public IP is different, static IP is different. You will get some IP address, either it is randomly assigned to your internet service for a WAN connectivity. Okay, so it can be a dynamic one or a static one. No problem, because what we require is a internet connectivity. Okay, so like in that cases, but here it's different. I have a computer, I want to assign IP address myself. So that is called a manual. Okay, or a static. So why static means it won't change on its own. It won't change. IP address won't be changed, even though you change the network. So manual means user manually assign, manually configure IP address to devices or PCs, computers. I put a computer, laptop, whatever it is. Okay, so manually you configure it. So user manually configure IP address to the computer. Okay, and the IP address never changes with the change of network also. It won't change. Next, more number of. So someone thinking. Okay, Bhavani came. Good. Okay, more number of devices increases. It is difficult in IP address. Yes, I'm just talking about a manual part. Okay, so we have to go with the manual and automatic differences. Okay, I just given a manual part directly. So more number of devices increases. Okay, more number of devices increases. It's difficult to assign IP address. That is another part. Okay, so difficult to assign. Possible wrong addresses. Possible wrong address. Conflicts. Conflict means same IP signed to more than one. Same IP address assigned to more than one PC. Okay, so possible conflicts, wrong IP addresses, entries, possibility is there. Okay, it's very difficult to assign IP address to all PCs. For example, 10 PCs, okay, 20 PCs difficult, 100 PCs very difficult, right? That is next. Not everyone knows how to assign IP address, right? Not everyone. I know how to assign IP address. My mother don't know how to assign. My nephew don't know IP address. My father don't know how to assign IP address. Okay, my brothers sisters don't know how to assign IP address. Some people don't know. Some people know. Some people don't know. Okay, people are using a computer. Not everyone is a IT expert, right? So not everyone knows IT related stuff, right? Most of the people are using a computer or a non-IT background, means they don't know anything about this networking kind of stuff. They know only how to power on the computer, open the browser, watch something, or checking something, or mail communication, or maybe open some application to run something. So they don't know exactly about what is network, operating system, hardware. Different ideas won't be there. No, not we are not teaching everyone how to assign IP address. Some devices, example printers, mobile phones. Mobile phone also you are not assigning IP address. Your Wi-Fi router giving a IP address to you, right? So printers, mobile phones, smart TVs, LEDs, smart TV, LED kind of stuff. Okay. You cannot. That is not assign IP assign for some devices. Okay. So this is about your manual. So what is the other point of this one is a dynamic. It's a dynamic host configuration protocol. Here it is, automatic means dynamic, automatic or dynamic. So what is this? Let's assign IP address client assign IP address to the clients automatically. DHCP server. It assign IP addresses to client from DHCP server. So in automatic mode, use DHCP server to assign DHCP server to assign IP address to client. This is better sentence. Okay. Next one. Less possibility of okay, wrong. Conflict wrong addresses setting ID input. Conflicts less possible or no, less or no, actually it is less or no possibility of entering conflict IP address. Okay, not everyone knows. Okay, everyone not required to know how to assign IP address. This is one thing. Not everyone knows. Not required to know. Everyone not required to know how to assign IP address. Not required. Okay. DHCP server gives or assign IP addresses to different type of devices. Example, you can see like a printers, smart TVs, smart LEDs, smartphones, Echo Dot, okay, Echo Dot kind of stuff, Google Homes kind of stuff, okay, mobile phones kind of stuff. Not only a computers, also give assigned to different type of devices. 1 second, guys. Okay, automatic. It's a dynamic type of IP address. So one point I'm missing. So here it is. IP address changes frequently. Also, it changes by change of. But you change the network IP address also changes. When you change network IP address also changes automatically. Normally, you have to go through the manual changes. You have to go through manual changes, then only we can able to change it. So these are the things. About your DHCP thing. Okay. Okay. Guys, again, DHCP dynamic host configuration protocol assign IP address to the client automatically. This is important. So what is DHCP dynamic host configuration protocol? So what is DHCP server do? It assigns IP addresses to the client automatically. It assigns the IP address to the client automatically. So that is a make difference between DHCP and DNS. Both are IP address related only, but here it is DHCP will give you IP address to the client. So for our understanding, guys, look at here. I have a DHCP server, for example. This is my DHCP server. Normally, when we are talking in a Microsoft DHCP server manner, it is always this is my DHCP server. Okay, and of course, we have a PCs in the network, maybe same size or different size. The PCs can be anything or devices. Everything is connected through network. It is server 1. This is a DHCP server. These are the DHCP clients A, B, C, D. In this one, I configured this CPC manually. I configured IP address manually, but remaining are automatic mode. So what happened? This DHCP server having a address pool. This DHCP server having a address pool. Look at here. Okay, so like a IP address pool is there. For example, 192.168.1.10 to 192.168.1.110. Totally, how many IP addresses? 100 IP addresses are there. This is the DHCP address pool. Okay, my DHCP server also having a IP address. My DHCP server IP address is like this: 192.168.1.1. Okay, this is my DHCP server address, and this is a address pool. So the address pool also called as a scope. This DHCP scope. Okay, this is address pool. So what will happen, guys? Listen carefully. So this client send a request. Of course, there is a process is there. I'm not talking entire process. Very simple to understand. The client has a DHCP client service. This is nothing but a DHCP client service. So like you can go to the services.msc, there you can find. This is a DHCP client, and this is a DHCP client. This is not a DHCP client. It is a manually configured. Okay. So what happened here? As I said earlier, server means provide a service. It never provide a service until unless client should ask a service for a server. So APC send a request, like there is a DORA process is there. I will explain. Okay, so APC send a request. I need a IP address. Server will give an IP address to it. In this one, which is available. For example, 192.168.1.11 is available. Already, if it is assigned to someone, so it is available. Or you can type it or you can read it. Okay, so it is 192.168.1.10. That's the first IP, right? This is the first PC. Depends upon availability, which IP address should assign, it will assign. Who is DHCP server? This is DHCP server IP address. And who is the client IP address is 1.10. Next. Same goes for each and every PC. So it go to the next one is 11. Next is 12. You don't miss IP address part. Okay. So what happens here? So each client request for a server. So this is also will send a request. Please give me an IP address, and it will give you an IP address like this. Same DPC also send a request, and it give you an IP address to the DPC, and this is our IP address. Now how many are there? 3 IP addresses are left. Remaining is available. In this DHCP server, there is a notification is also there. Okay, it will has a some list maintenance is there. That is a list maintenance. Okay, you can go through that list also here. Okay. PCA is 192.168.1.10 is assigned. For PCB, I assigned 192.168.1.11. For PCD, 192.168.1.12 is assigned. Okay, so it will prepare this kind of list. it prepared a kind of list in the server. To prepare this kind of list in the server. So to whom it is assigned, it is as a list inside. This is called a lease period list, and it given IP address to it. And why CPC is not getting any IP address from the server? Why CPC is not getting any IP address from the server? Because it is already manual IP address is configured, so it is not a DHCP server client. It's a fixed IP address. So we configure a fixed IP address. Guys, understand? No one will speak. Okay. If in case, guys, look at here carefully. Look at here carefully. For example, this PC manual one is already 1.11, assigned 1.11. So this is 1.11, this is 1.11. Then there is a conflict. Then there is a conflict. So if any conflict is occurs, DHCP server will get that information. Yes, there is a conflict is occur. Then what it will do? What it will do? It will change it to 1.13. So it won't keep that same. So conflict automatically resolved. Another point is conflicts automatically resolved. Next, it know which IP address is assigned already. So generally no conflict by directly, but in case of this type of conflicts occurs, so the DHCP will remove that the conflicted dynamic IP address and assign a new IP address based on the availability of IP address. That is the first thing. Second, direct conflicts won't occur because server knows which IP address is already assigned. Third one is it's a difficult like no chance of giving wrong IP address because we are already given a sequence. So compulsory follow the sequence from 10 to 110. So don't give anything beyond or don't think anything. So just what are the system comes first come first serve type or reservation type, give the IP address to those devices. That's it. Okay, so it won't give some random numbers. It will give only in the sequence order only. So possibility of wrong. Next, for example, there is a non-technical person is sitting on the computer, don't know anything about a technical knowledge or a IP address knowledge, nothing you know, don't know. You know only some application in the computer. Okay, for example, accountant is there. You know the accounting software, you don't mind about what is the network IP address and all. Okay, so this is very helpful, like a DHCP server given IP address to the client directly. So you don't need to know how to assign IP address kind of stuff. What he should know, whether he is getting internet or not, he is able to connect in the network or not. That is important. Okay, so this is already I told there is a process called DORA process. I will explain it. Before that one, try to understand how it will assign, what it is assigning. So DHCP server having address pool. So the address pool with the start number. So it will keep assigning IP address till the pool is completed. Yeah. Why I open this one for this one, but I have already written. So what I go to, I will take this one only. This direct PPT. this one. The title gone. Don't know. So animation came or not also we have to check it. So animation is there. Yes. See, look at guys. Guys, are you able to see my screen? It's a complete big screen is covered with my PPT. And it is showing a DHCP release generation works for computers. Okay, people are not at all interested. We'll see. Okay, guys, this is a lease duration mechanism. Just I tick it, and if you now you go to the slideshow, so you can easily understand the way. Okay, so and also I will write a different way also. So first present. So DHCP server 1, DHCP server 2, there is a client DHCP client. DHCP client send a request. DHCP client broadcast a request to everyone. So the request is DHCP discovery packet. We'll send DHCP discovery packet. What is the meaning of DHCP discovery packet? The client is asking everyone, are you a DHCP server? Are you a DHCP server? Are you a DHCP server? So other than DHCP server, any different machines are there. What they will do, they receive a packet and check the packet request. This is request is are you a DHCP server? Now I am not a DHCP server, drop the packet. So whenever the DHCP server received the packet, so it understands some PC in the network with a particular MAC address required an IP address. So what it will do, it take the MAC address of a client, because client don't have IP address. Okay, client have only MAC address now. Okay, because not yet assigned any IP address, right? So it don't have any IP address, it is assigned client IP address. Take the client MAC address and broadcast to everyone. So DHCP will tell, this is a IP address. I have an IP address. Do you want it? DHCP telling through the packet, like a DHCP offer, it is giving offer. I have an IP address. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Like that. The devices in the network will verify this MAC address and the packet from the DHCP server. They are not requested, or they check the MAC address and check it. Okay, we are not belongs to it, it drop it. The DHCP client will check it. What is the response? It's a DHCP offer packet. So of course there is a server with is a DHCP server is there. Okay, it take the offer. Client take the offer and sending, yes, I want this IP address offer. So client finally send a request to the everyone. When server is received, yes, this particular MAC address. This is the system. I give an offer, so they are requesting for IP address. DHCP server finally send an acknowledgement. So then DHCP client receive the acknowledgement and configure the IP address. So this is the animation part of your client. I'm getting huge back pain and no one is talking. That is a very bad thing. Yes, this is DHCP server. This is DHCP client. I'm explaining this process again. What is the process? DORA process. Okay. Client don't have any IP address. server having an IP address, but client don't have any IP address. So client prepare a IP address like this. Source IP is 0.0.0.0. Destination IP address is 255, because it's a 255 is a generally it's a broadcast, like everyone broadcast type, not within the network broadcast. So everyone broadcast type. So source IP. Next, source MAC address. When you are communicating, two more things are there, right? Source IP and source MAC address, destination IP address, and destination MAC address. So source MAC address are a client MAC address. For example, C1. Example C1 is a MAC address. Destination, we don't know the destination. It is FF. Actually, 12 Fs are there for MAC address. 12 Fs means it is a unknown destination. So we don't know the exact destination PC's MAC address. Still, you can able to communicate with the FF. Means we are broadcasting it. All are Fs. 12 Fs. Example, I'm giving only 2 Fs. So what happened, guys, here? So forget about what are the bracket I given. If you can able to get it, understand, no problem. If you don't understand, still no problem. First of all, client send a request. Okay. Client will send a discovery. And DHCP discover. So client try to discover the server. So client send a discover packet. Okay. Client send a discovery packet. Now server received a discovery packet. And it will give IP offer. So server give offer to the client. Server give offer to the client. So client received an offer and send a request. Send a request. Now server received a request and give finally acknowledgement, means you got configured with a IP address. So as I said earlier, same thing only. Here only explained what are explained here. First of all, I told directly here. So client send a request to the server. Server check the available IP address. Give the IP address to the client. In only one single shot, like a one-way type only, I said. But here it is, I split the communication into 4 parts. First of all, I am the client. I don't know who is the DHCP server directly, because I am new to connected to the network. I don't have any IP address. I'm connected to the network for the first time. So I don't have any IP address. What it is happen, client try to discover where is the DHCP server. When the DHCP received this DHCP discovery packet, okay, so when DHCP server received DHCP discovery packet, it understand what is a request and which PCs their PC MAC address. it will store that one. Okay, next, once it is the DHCP server send a offer, guys. DHCP server send a offer. Okay, DHCP server send a offer to the client. So this is the IP address I have. Do you want it? So DHCP client give the request. Yeah, I want this DHCP IP address. Please give me. So DHCP server give an acknowledgement. Acknowledgement means not for I got a packet kind of stuff. This acknowledgement contains IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP server address, DNS server address, lease duration. Important is lease duration. Guys, for servers and all, there is a lot of things are it is not enough, but here I am trying to say like that. Discover. So this is called a DORA process. DHCP is a very good scoring in interviews. Luckily, you got some interview questions like, do you know DHCP? Never leave like a DHCP alone, because DHCP is a good, very good scoring in interview, guys, because it contains an IP address. People know IP address in an interview as a fresher. If you know the something about an IP address, like IP address classes, how to check IP addresses, IP address related troubleshooting, and DHCP server and client, and DORA process. So basically, lot of questions are covering here. It covers IP address, manual, and how to assign IP address. That is the second question. What is IP address? What is the second question? How to check the IP address, kind of stuff. Okay, I will give you questions once again once I complete this one. DHCP process is nothing but a DORA process. Okay, so what is the DORA? So DORA means discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. So DHCP process is DORA process. Okay, if in case you got a question, explain what is the DHCP process. Simply can say DHCP server process is nothing but a DORA process. What is the DORA? Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Dynamic host configuration protocol. Okay, so the how DHCP works using DORA process: discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Client discovers server. Client discovers server. Server offers IP address to the client. Server requests an IP address to the server. Sorry, client requests an IP address to the server. Server send an acknowledgement. I'm not going with any lease duration kind of stuff. So these are the points I try to cover it. Okay, so in this one, as I'm trying to say, why DHCP is very important and what are the basic questions from the IP addresses. Okay, so we'll see that one once again. What is IP address? Question is, what is IP address? How to check IP address? Guys, anyone tell how to check IP address? What is an IP address? Uniquely identify a device in the network, or you can say IP address is to communicate in the network. Every device should have a address, a logical address. Is a IP address, like that you can say. IP address is a logical address, not physical address. MAC address is the physical address. So difference between IP address and MAC address. MAC address is a physical address given by manufacturer of NIC. IP address is given by DHCP server or manually we can assign it. We can change the IP address as per our requirement. MAC address, we cannot change the MAC address. How to check IP address, guys? No one is telling. I waited. In command ipconfig, or you can use ipconfig/all. In GUI mode also you can go to ncpa.cpl, network connections there, network adapter, right click or double click, it will open directly, or a right click status details. So then you will find IP address. So, okay, these are the important questions. Next, how to assign IP address. This part I already told. This part I told in IP address classes. Okay, I told already. Guys, look at here. So this is DHCP enabled S, means you are want to get IP address from DHCP server. For example, this is details, properties. This is the properties. So when I click on properties, it is open, right? IPv4 properties. Okay, go to this IPv4 and properties. The first option is you want to get IP address dynamically, automatically, obtain IP address automatically. So this is obtain IP address automatically. Okay, so this part already I given this in my PPT, guys. So okay, so first option is belongs to DHCP. Second one, if you select the second option, so that is manual. That is manual. So I put something like a 172.16.20 something. Okay, so this is manually giving IP address. Okay, so here it is again. You want to give IP address automatically, go to network adapter settings. Okay, so you have to reach this one. So first of all, network adapter, network connections, control panel, network connections, go to adapter. Instead of details, go to properties. There you will find here. Then go to IPv4 properties. Select this one, first one. So this is for DHCP to get IP address from DHCP server. Automatic type. It is automatically. Here it is. Your mistake. This is correct. Okay, so not record this one. Again, so go to the second option here. Okay, so again, control panel, network connections, your adapter, properties, IPv4. Okay, IPv4. Use the following IP address, means it's a manual or static. Okay. DHCP means it is automatic. And dynamic. Okay, so compulsory check it kind of stuff. So this is how to assign IP address. Part. How to check IP address? You know how to check the IP address part. So this is will covers some more point. Okay, so sorry. How to assign IP address both manually and this one. Next IPv4, IPv6. Okay, what is IPv4? What is IPv6? Are differences. This is another important thing. Another one is IPv4, IPv address. Of course, all about your IPv4 address is also important. Means their classes are important. Can we go through classes? Class A range 0 to 127. IP address is 32-bit. IPv4 32-bit. Okay, meaning is 4.3 billion IP addresses you are getting. Okay, 128 to 220, 191. C 22, 223. This is full class. This is 1 to 126 in some textbooks. Okay. What is the class A subnet mask? 255.0.0.0. So meaning is this is the default subnet mask of a class A. Default subnet mask of a class B. This is default subnet mask of a class E. Of course, we don't use it. No subnet mask for a class D. No subnet mask for a class D. It is a multicast address, multicast purpose. So this is something R&D type. Okay, so these are the main IP addresses. Of course, some more material is there. I'm not going it. Apipa address is simply Apipa automatic private IP address. I think private and public IP addresses, NatPat kind of stuff is also there. Okay. Okay. So 169.254.x.x. If you see an IP address, if you see some IP address like this, you can see it is DHCP enabled yes, and also you are seeing auto configured 169.254 something dot something, meaning is it's a Apipa address. Okay, so range. What is this Apipa? First of all, okay, if PC or device or system is unable to get IP address from DHCP server. If a system is unable to get IP address from DHCP server, it assigns an IP address from automatic private IP address range. What is the range? 169.254.0.1 to 169.254.255.254, because it can be a little confusing. Some places 0.0 is there, 0.02, 255.255. Even my previous classes also I told that one. But I said it assigns itself, right? System assigns an IP address from Ipv4 range itself. Okay. System assigns an IP address itself from Ipv4 range. This is easy. Okay, look at here. When you see an IP address like this, it is Ipv4 address. Okay, and when you look at here like this, it is so it's you are unable to get an IP address from DHCP server. Your system assign its an IP address from DHCP server. Okay, so this is one model. Already given some troubleshooting related also part. Okay. Anyway, guys, we are here. I want to give a break, but no one is talking, so I can't able to give a break also. Okay. So this about a DHCP server. DHCP troubleshooting is also there, like ipconfig command I given, right? So that is also I will write here. Last one, troubleshooting in the DHCP server means, so when you change IP address changes according to connected network. Okay, next, if it not changes, then next, system already I told is got IP address is 169.254 some IP address. System got an IP address like this one. So what it is? Ipv4 address. So check DHCP server. Okay. What is the thing you have to do it? First of all, check the DHCP server. Okay, check the DHCP server. Next, make sure, means you have to troubleshoot it. Make sure DHCP server runs fine. Still you are getting same problem. Then what to do? Okay. Check your PC, your system or PC configured IP address manually what? Okay, check it. This is more irritating than normal. Next. So what to do, guys? Here it is. Look at I'm already in a bad mood, so then it is okay. So what we have to do it? So go to run CPA CPA.cpl means network connections. Okay, so right click on NIC, whatever it is, first disable, then enable. This is one thing. Next one is go to CMD. In that one, ipconfig release that is another one. Ipconfig as renew. What happened? It removes old IP address automatic only. It is automatic only. It is very important. Okay, so get new IP address from DHCP server. Okay, guys, these are the things. So either you disable, enable your adapter, or use this commands. So then you can able to get it. Okay, this is the DHCP related troubleshooting. Already we discussed in the networking part. Once again, I will go for a DHCP, guys. Dynamic host configuration protocol, port number 6768. DHCP server assign IP address to the client automatically. It assign IP address, we can assign IP address. Okay, assigning IP address is two types, manual and automatic. Manual means we are giving IP address to the system, and automatic means automatically from DHCP server it is assigned. Okay, so that is the thing. In manually, it is very difficult. If number of devices are high, it is very difficult. Not everyone knows how to assign IP address, how to do check it kind of stuff. Difficult. Sometimes you may enter the more than one time same IP address for a multiple devices. Conflict will be occurs. Same device, same IP address for a multiple devices, two or more devices, same IP address. Conflict will occurs. Possibility of assigning IP address wrong way. So instead of typing 192, you type 172. There is a wrong way. Okay. So to how to avoid this kind of stuff. So better is go for a DHCP server. For example, I sit here. I'm not changing any IP address. My DHCP server is nothing but my router is giving IP address to my laptop, my mobile phone, my tablet. Okay, my Google Home or Echo Dot or like that. ETV for TV also we are getting an IP address from the router. Router means router act like a DHCP server also. Okay, so better we add something here. Router acts like a DHCP server. Sometimes. Okay, Windows servers. You have a Windows servers. For that one, Linux servers are there for to make as a DHCP server. You have a DHCP server. So you want a DHCP server, so you don't require always one kind of server it is. So DHCP servers can be a router. It can be a router. It can be a Windows server or a Linux server. act like a DHCP server. DHCP server having a IP address scope is there. It assign IP address to the clients. Okay. Not only IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP server address, DNS server addresses. Address or addresses. So no, less conflicts or no conflicts. Conflicts will be resolved automatically. No chance of giving a wrong IP address. Everyone know, we don't require to know how to assign IP address. Just connect to the network. We got an IP address and start communicate. So this is about your DHCP server. And DHCP server use DORA process: discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. So client send a discovery packet to find where is the DHCP server. When DHCP receive the discovery packet, it give a offers. DHCP offer, it will give a offer to the client. Do you want IP address? I have an IP address. Do you want IP address? The client request for IP address to the DHCP server. Server received request and given acknowledgement and assign the IP address. Okay. So finally, here also at a client side, I'm just for this purpose. At client side, what I will get it? I'll get an IP address. Get IP address, subnet mask. Finally, so I will get IP address. I will get a subnet mask. If in case default gateway is there, then also it will give to gateway. Last class I explained what is IP address, subnet mask, default gateway. Which one is your default gateway? You have a router. You are communicating outside of the network using a router. The router IP address is default gateway IP address. Give some clarity, clear-cut answers, guys. DHCP server address, DNS server addresses. Okay. Lease duration. Lease duration will tell how long this particular IP address is assigned to you, and as well as when you should renew it. SU means it's showing your IP address is up to 1 o'clock. It does not mean by 1 o'clock your IP address won't work. You have to renew your IP address before 1 o'clock by using request and acknowledgement. Okay. So what are these things will assign to you? So these are the things assigned to your PC afterwards. Initially, you don't have any IP address. You got some 0.0.0. kind of stuff. Now you will get some IP address, for example, like this. Like this. Default gateway, for example. So here is your DHCP server address. For example, your DHCP DNS are both are same. Like that you will get it. So I'll put this information here. So try to understand. So what you will get it. Okay, because it's I want to purely put it only DORA process part. Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Okay, so here is some questions, and I told about what is APIPA also here, and what is IP address ranges. Okay, compulsory go to guys IP address, MAC address, Ipv4, Ipv6 thing. So when you are want to get IP address from DHCP, so you have to select first option, obtain IP address automatically. You want to assign IP address on yourself, then you have to select second option is to use following IP address and give you a manual IP address. Okay, so another hand it is you are change a network, like I am here, I went to Hyderabad, there is a network, I connected it. I am not, my IP address is still showing old IP address, not updated according to it. What to do? IP config, release, IP config, renew or disable enable of adapter. Okay, sometimes my DHCPs are not giving IP address to me, so I'm getting 169.254. You have to find out why you are not getting. Are you blocked? A DHCP server is not working? Pool of IP addresses are completed. So like that, we have to do it. So check your DHCP server, make sure it is running properly. And at your client side also you can try to disable, enable the adapter or a IP config release, IP config menu. That's about your DHCP, guys. If you want a DHCP practical, there is a previous class videos also there. We can check it, how I created, how I installed DHCP server, how it is released. Also, you can see. If you are not talking, then I am not able to close any session, guys. If you need a practical also, you want to see it practically also, you can ask me. I can able to show you.